Here's the 50th anniversary issue of the Seneca Review, and here's my piece in it, Invisible, for Susie. Leftovers went to Rick, the human garbage can. He sat at the foot of the table, Dad at the head, Mom and Susie, Kathy and me. Mom served each of us cold milk, boiled lima beans, burgers tasteless and tough. Dad talked and Mom argued, sometimes Rick too. Dad drilled Kathy and me arithmetic with 3-digit numbers. He quizzed us too when he showed us to his friends. One time I stumbled. After that he used numbers I knew. Another time I didn't answer. After that, the quizzes stopped. When I took out the garbage, I searched the darkness for snakes, then brushed off the sand and picked the stickers out of my toes. Those same nights, I washed the dishes with bar soap and burning hot water. Mom always washed them again. When Father Knows Best was on, I slipped into the kitchen, made jelly sandwiches for school, and ate anything else I could find. Mom and Dad are gone now, Susie too. I never asked what it was like for her or Kathy either. Rick says there was enough, though we had no heat, and my first coat came when I lettered in track. Mom wanted cremation to be spread on the sea. When I threw her to the wind, she tasted of tree bark. Rick called me at work about Mom. We all met at Susie's. The preacher talked Jesus and fish oil. Mom was in a plastic bag in a shoebox. When it was over, we couldn't find her. Kathy had taken the ashes. Years later, I showed up at Kathy's door with a crowbar, but walked away and wrote a letter instead. That worked. Kathy gave up the ashes. Susie hired a boat and brought them. She and the captain prayed and shouted the whole trip. I was at work again when Rick called about Dad, this time with no plan. I asked him, please don't dump those ashes down a storm drain. We bought another plot, but not too close to Mom. She despised him longer than any of us could remember. No one showed up but me. The cemetery salesman put the ashes in the hole and closed the cover. I gave him 2 20s and asked, could we say Kaddish? Sure, he said, we have a minyan, and pointed to a funeral in progress. Her freshman year, Susie totaled the Corvair and my Lark too, drunk both times. Her first husband was a hillbilly. The second had been a junkie. Whenever I visited them, he changed the channel to a sermon. One time I picked up a toy car. He shouted, don't touch that, and snatched it out of my hand. It was part of his diorama of the current NASCAR standings. Rick called about Susie's memorial service, delayed a year for her preacher's return from China. Hearing she was gone like that, no goodbye, no chance. Each day I walked through the sports complex from the VA lot to my office, broken concrete, rust-stained ponding. I walk lightly and keep to the shadows, slowing if someone is ahead so she won't fear the man hulking behind her. I love the implacable weight of concrete, the forming, the astringent smell and heat of it as it sets, the dead cold when it's cured. The foundation of our Florida house was a slab, ground glass smooth and level before they laid the block walls, set the hand-cranked casement windows, and roofed it with concrete tiles. That terrazzo floor was perfect for shooting down army men with marbles and for growing up unheard and unseen. My second wife was often startled when I appeared, till I began walking loudly, a choice so difficult that we both knew it, for an act of love.